Hey, what's happening, everybody? Anybody tuning in live right now? Special announcement, special start time tonight. The Geno Jones Show. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. My guest, he's a real life, real live rocket scientist, doctor, and he's a pastor, Dr. Chris Jones. He's been a guest on the show before. He is now running to be in the U.S. House of Representatives from the great state of Arkansas. It's going to be a great conversation. He officially announced his campaign a couple of weeks ago. He's got a great video that Dr. Jones, he will be sending me this campaign video very soon. Hint, hint, cuz, right? So, but he's going to be here in person at 8 o'clock. So if you are with me, and I'll be making this announcement, folks that are tuning in right now, expecting the Geno Jones Show. Oh, it's coming, but we got a special live start time tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm only doing this because it's my cuz, probably in real life. He's a special guy, special dude, Dr. Chris Jones, who ran for governor, should be the governor of Arkansas, but we're going to get him in the U.S. House of Representatives from that great state of Arkansas. So if you're with me, the live stream is going to be open, so you can hang out, go ahead and make dinner, eat your dinner, pop you some popcorn or whatever you want to do, get your snack, maybe get you some sorbet or your favorite little ice cream, whatever. We'll go live at 8 p.m. Spread the word for me. The Geno Jones Show tonight, special live edition, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. So I'll be right here in the studio hanging out. As a matter of fact, anybody watching live, I'll be able to see you. If you log on live, you'll see me. I'll see you, and I'll shout out everybody. But get ready, 8 o'clock. It's going to be Dr. Chris Jones. It's going to be a great conversation, okay? All right. All right, listen, shout out. I can see everybody that's tuning in live. The Geno Jones Show, special start time with my guest, Dr. Chris Jones, 8 p.m. So hang out if you like, or come back at about 7:55 or so. But we go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. What's that? So that'll be 4 p.m. Yep, no, 5 p.m. 5 p.m. out on the West Coast with my special guest, Dr. Chris Jones. So the Geno Jones Show will be here, is here. We will be live tonight, special start time in about 25 minutes. Yeah, about 25 minutes, maybe a little less, 24 minutes. So hang out. And if you got a question, if you live in the great state of Arkansas, because I know his team told his viewers that he's going to be a guest. If you got a question for Dr. Chris Jones, you can post it in the chat room right now. In the meantime, don't go anywhere. YouTube, we are here, and we will be live officially at 8 p.m. tonight. So hang out with me if you got any questions. I'm right here. I can see you when you log on, and I can see anything that you post in my chat room. So don't forget to like this and every episode. Click on the thumbs up and tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. All right, so we'll be live in about 23 and a half minutes. So don't go anywhere. The stream will be live, and we'll be both on camera very, very soon. All right, here we go. Yes, we'll be live. The live stream is going to be open, everybody. So everybody that's tuning in right now, you don't have to, unless you want to come back, you want to change the channel, get you some water, something to eat, run to the bathroom or whatever, you can do that. But we will be live tonight at 7 o'clock Chicago time, Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. out on the West Coast. Once again, everybody tuning in to see the Geno Jones Show live. Yes, I am here. We have a special start time tonight because I have a special guest, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Dr. Chris Jones, a real-life rocket scientist, is going to be running for office. So you can just hang out right here, and you'll get a chance to hear him. He's running to be a member of the United States Congress, so it's going to be a great conversation. He's been a guest on the show before, so excited to have him on. So shout out to everybody that's here looking for the Geno Jones Show. We are here. We have a special start time, so you got time to spread the word. Go ahead and text. You can email, do a little short video yourself, or you can just go ahead and post, do a group chat post, and let everybody know to make sure that they tune in tonight. As a matter of fact, they can log on now because the live stream is going to be up. We will be live on camera 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. The Geno Jones Show, a special edition of the Geno Jones Show with my very special guest, Dr. Chris Jones. So get ready for that. Once again, we just want to let everybody in YouTube know that the Geno Jones Show, the live version is here. We'll be here live. We just have a special start time tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. All right, I got all these different times and numbers in my head. So we just want to let everybody know we are here, you are here, I am here, and we are here live. So the stream is open. Once again, we will be back on camera officially. The show will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, just for tonight, special start time, because I have a very special guest. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. So let's get ready for that. I am excited. It's going to be an incredible show. He is an incredible guest, a real life rocket scientist, brother. Yes, So if you never seen a real life rocket scientist, especially a black one, you're gonna see him tonight. You're gonna meet one and hear one and see one tonight on camera in about 20 minutes. So just count down. So stand by, keep your television on, unless you just want to, maybe, change the channel. I would recommend you don't change the channel, but if you got to step out, make sure you're back, I'd say, in about 17 minutes, because we're going live in about 20 minutes, back on camera, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. on the West Coast, all right? If you got any questions, jump in the chat room like Mary Dixon, what is that, 934, and you can make a post. You got a question or a comment, you want me to shout somebody out, we will do that. Thanks for tuning in. Tell everybody to subscribe, and don't forget to click on the like button you see below. Once again, if you're tuning in looking for the Geno Jones Show, we are here. Special start time tonight, 8 p.m. Special start time tonight, 8 p.m. with my special guest, Dr. Chris Jones, a real live rocket scientist, pastor, husband, father, and he is running to be a member of the United States Senate, the United States Congress. He's going to be a member of the United States House of Representatives from the great state of Arkansas. So you get to check him out and see us. We're going to be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. So you don't want to miss that. So we just want to give everybody a heads up. So we are about 15 minutes away from going live here on YouTube. Spread the word. But we are here. Yes, the live version of the Geno Jones Show is here. Tonight we are definitely live. And if you may have some questions for the good doctor there, Dr. Jones, feel free to post them. Send it in to those tuning in to watch the Geno Jones Show. We'll be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast with my very special guest, Dr. Chris Jones, who is running to, he's going to, as a matter of fact, we are going to speak it into existence. He's going to be in 2026, or I guess 2027. He will be one of the new members. He is running for a United States Congress seat to be a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from the great state of Arkansas. It's going to be a great show. You don't want to miss it. And we will see you live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. So that means we will see you in about 14 minutes, everybody. So spread the word. I see everybody tuning in. Once again, the Geno Jones Show tonight. It's going to be live. A special start time for a very special person. 8 p.m. Normally 7:30 p.m. But tonight, special start time for tonight only. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. The Geno Jones Show live with my very special guest, Dr. Chris Jones, who's running to become a member of the United States House of Representatives from the great state of Arkansas. Spread the word. Get ready. Showtime in about 13 minutes live. So you got time to do a group, your group text. Let everybody know to go. As a matter of fact, they can log in right now. You can join the live stream has already started, and we will be on camera. The show goes live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Dr. Chris Jones. And if you got some questions or comments or whatever, want me to shout somebody out, jump in my live chat room. It is open right now. As a matter of fact, the conversation has already started. Spread the word. You got a chance to do a little quick video, put it in your story, do a little quick live post on any of your social media platforms, and tell everybody to join us over here in about 12 minutes as we go live. The Geno Jones Show with my special guest, Dr. Chris Jones. An update, the Geno Jones Show Live is tonight. We go live in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Special start time for tonight. Tonight only will be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Very special guest for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He is running to become a member of the United States House of Representatives from the great state of Arkansas. He is a real live rocket scientist. And his name is Dr. Chris Jones. And he's been on the show before. I call him Cuz because we may actually be related. So anyway, we'll see you live. Don't forget to click on the like button below and spread the word. You still got time to maybe do a live on your social media page and let everybody know the Geno Jones Show is live. Yes, it is live tonight at a special start time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. The Geno Jones Show live in 2 minutes. Stand by, everybody, with my guest, Dr. Chris Jones.
It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, yeah, I'm here, everybody. It is showtime. Showtime. Geno Jones Showtime. I want to thank everybody that kind of hung out. My live stream started, about 7:30, 7:29 Eastern Time. Tonight, I know, because you're like, come on, Geno. Here you are on CP time. No, I'm on DR time, like the good doctor. I'm really excited. First of all, Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern is my normal time, 6:30 p.m. Central, 4:30 on the West Coast. But tonight, a very special start time. It's only a few people on the planet I would do this for. One is my mother, who celebrated her birthday yesterday, and you guys knew that, so I had a very special dedication, and she's watching because she's excited because my maternal grandmother, her mother, the woman that brought her into the world, gave her life like 82 years ago, is from the great state of Arkansas. A little small town, she tells me, Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And then I guess she moved to Little Rock anyway. So my guest is a native of Arkansas. And you've seen him on the show. But first of all, just tonight, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock if you're in Arkansas or Chicago or Central Time. Out on the West Coast, 5 o'clock, all right? So, but tomorrow we'll be back at 7:30. So listen, tell everybody, they really want to tune in. Tell them to come over to YouTube, The Geno Jones Show. And if they haven't done it, tell them to subscribe to the channel. I will tell them how they can support my media company. It's so important that we support all of our black-owned institutions, including, black-owned media. So I'm going to give you an opportunity and tell you how you can support my media company and my YouTube channel. I'm only, about 39 new subscribers from becoming a YouTube partner. That means YouTube at 39 more new subscribers. A YouTube partner means that YouTube will monetize my channel, so 1,000 new subscribers. So thank you in advance. Spread the word. I only need 39. How about getting like 39,000? So that's what we do. We think, we dream, we enact big here on the Geno Jones Show. We are living in some perilous times, but we are also living in a time of great opportunity. It's my take. I've heard there's a saying, there's opportunity in chaos. And this is the chaos that 75 million of us didn't ask for. We didn't vote for it. We understood the assignment. But now we are living in a time to where it is clear, to where what, for the most part, not to mention the 92 million people that didn't vote, but now we are living in a time to where it is clear that maybe our old definition of politics was really, really just warped, misconstrued, and everything. Because, about a year ago, I'd say about 13 months ago, yes, there was an election for the office of the presidency, and you had U.S. Senate seats and seats in the House of Representatives and many, many thousands of local elections. But what you have to understand is now, because really even politics is a metaphor, because basically politics is about power and how people will use that power, which gives them power over resources and people's rights, human rights. And you can use that power for good, or you can use that power for harm, vengeance, evil, and hate. And now we are living in a time where there's a choice between hatred and humanity. And either you lean into hatred or you lean into humanity. Because this is my take. Now, I don't have any scientific data, but I've been on this planet 6 decades, and I do know people. In theory, I know I could have a PhD in studying just people, humans, because it's a gift that was passed on to me from my grandfather, Conway Jones, that you hear me talk about, because he really studied people. He understood, and just being tapped in to your own spirit, and that's a whole different conversation. But my guest is also a pastor too, so I'm sure he can speak to that. But anyway, we are living in a time where we have to choose between hate. Do we lean into hate, bigotry, racism, and hate in all of its forms, from anti-Semitism to anti-Islamic hate, you name it, homophobia, misogyny, sexism. So either we choose hate or we choose humanity. And not just our humanity. Do we choose to see each other's humanity? Because if you can see your humanity in me, and I can see my humanity in you, we realize that these made up what they call social constructs, which is really a con, it's bullshit, and it was created to divide people. The construct, as social scientists would say, of race is made up. Because my guest, I'm sure would tell, he's a doctor. He's got the title doctor. Now, he may not be a medical doctor, but he might be more brilliant with all the degrees, would tell you that there's no such thing as race in the human genome. If you went to medical school, your DNA comes back, it won't say, oh, I'm 92% white or 95% or 99%. No, it'll say maybe the region of Europe or Asia you came from, or what part of Africa, what part of the continent. It was created in the late, race was created, it was man-made, and it was created for a small handful of very wealthy Europeans who never called themselves white before that, to maintain and gain more social, economic, and political power. And the best way to do that was to really, we don't like these poor Europeans that they refer to as peasants. We don't like them. We ain't effing with them. We can't stand them. But we got to trick them and make them think that somebody else is their enemy. Oh, look at all these dark people on this continent and all the resources, gold. And we heard about this guy, Mansa Musa, who was the richest person in the history of humanity, he crashed the gold market because he gave away so much gold. So with gold and diamonds, this planet, then we got to get in there because we can get some more money and more power. But how we got to trick them too, so we got to make one group think they're better than the other ones and make the other group think they're inferior, and to make them think that each other are the enemies. And in the meantime, we are pulling the strings like a puppet master, and we are just counting. We are dividing and conquering all the way to the bank. I digress. I didn't mean for my monologue to be that long because I'm so excited, as you guys can see, to have my guest on. So he's a nuclear engineer, a real live. If y'all ain't never seen, which if you had, that's really an indictment on our culture. But if you've never seen a real live black rocket scientist, you're about to see one now. Nuclear engineering, urban planning. He's a pastor. Now, okay, he's a humble dude, so I'm gonna be his hype man. Okay, I'm gonna brag for him because he's very modest, and we've known each other for a minute, and he's never said like, oh, I've got 5 degrees. The brother has 5 degrees. He's a Morehouse man, so he got his degree. He got his bachelor's in math and physics. Okay, so and it just goes to show you the type of people that HBCUs produce. This brother was so bad, he segued from Morehouse to MIT. No, it ain't Morehouse, like the legendary MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Okay, so the brother leaves the campus of Morehouse, steps on the campus of MIT, and says, I don't know if he drink, I don't drink. He said, hold my milk, or hold my juice, hold my kale tea here, and watch what I do. 2 master's degrees from MIT, and so he got 2 master's degrees, engineering, nuclear engineering, and urban planning. That's like planning cities, right? And just to kind of rub it in, y'all. To rub it in, it's like, and because the narrative, especially about black men, right? Okay. So the 2 masters from MIT was like, okay, bet that. Now I'm gonna raise you one more, a PhD. I'm gonna throw a PhD on top of that from MIT. And he's running to be a member of the United States Congress. All right, I wasted enough time. All right, Dr. Chris Jones, but I'm sorry, I affectionately refer to him as Cuz. There's a story behind that. We didn't talk about it, I believe, but we can get into that later. So I've spent about almost a good 12, 14 minutes of the opening of my monologue just as an introduction. But as you can see, Dr. Jones, because the hype and the excitement is real. We've been around each other enough, and just getting you back on the show is just amazing. So thank you, man, and congratulations. And you. Oh, by the way, so he has a brilliant campaign ad, ladies and gentlemen, and some of y'all may have already seen it if you've gone to Chris Jones for Congress. You will see it very soon. As a matter of fact, you were supposed to already have seen it on the Geno Jones Show. Now, I would never throw my cousin under the bus.
We don't talk about that.
But it is a brilliant campaign ad, and I'm sure that you will see that campaign ad in its entirety on the show live tomorrow night. Of course they will, won't they, cuz?
Yeah, for sure. We got you.
Listen, man, welcome to the show. How'd you like that introduction?
Look, I don't need all the accolades, but I appreciate you for lifting it up, and for me, all glory goes to God. All of it. This ain't me. I'm no more special than anybody else. And I am grateful for having had the opportunity to be in the space to do the things I've been doing. And my work is about creating more opportunities for people to be in spaces to do the things that they were called to do. I'm married to a woman who is far more amazing than I am. Howard undergrad, Harvard Med School, combat veteran, emergency medicine physician. She's a state medical director for disaster preparedness. When I tell you she is bad, she is bad. And she too will say that all glory to God. So I'm thankful to be here, man. And let me say this. Shout out to you and to Black media, because you all are shining a light in places that need to be seen. You all are amplifying voices that need to be heard. You all are focusing on issues that need to be addressed. And we don't have enough of you all doing the work you're doing. So big shout out to you, man. My prayer is that you not only get 39,000 more subscribers, but you get 39 million subscribers, because we need your voice out there. So thanks for having me on, man. You know I love you.
Listen, this is the second time you've been on. I remember the first time I brought you on, I was so excited. But man, I received that. But listen, tonight is not about me. I'm just so excited when you told me, and you sent me the text. You guys can't even imagine how busy this man is. Just with look the titles that I gave you guys, and on top of it, he is a husband and a father. So. And you see a picture of his beautiful family, Chris Jones for Congress. As a matter of fact, that's the way, Chris Jones for Congress.com, right?
ChrisJonesForCongress.com. Go there, check it out, and you'll see all those. And by the way, I'm in the parking lot of my daughter's volleyball practice. So that's
wow.
doing the good dad thing, man.
Man, that is just at your core. That's who you are. That what you just said. Being there, and as a girl dad times two, that is the most important thing, and that's what gives me the most joy, along with just being blessed to have Damaris in my life, and that my mom is still here to witness all this, who told me to tell you hello. And she realized, I said, mother, he really, for real, could be related to us. I said, because even though he's living in Arkansas, his home he was born in Mississippi, and I think not too far, because I told you with that about my grandfather who raised me, Conway Jones, was in from Yazoo City, Mississippi.
That's right.
You said, oh yeah, I know what Yazoo City, Mississippi is. He said originally, that's where my people are from Arkansas. So. That was mother. That could be one of our cousins right there on camera.
Hey, I claim it.
Hey, listen.
But
share your origin story for those who hadn't seen you on camera before. If you want to just heck, I feel like I was Ken Burns. I gave this whole Ken Burns.
You laid it out there. You laid out. Here I'll share a couple pieces that folks that you didn't hit on. One, I love this state and the people here in part because my family's been in Arkansas for over 200 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Over 200 years. So me leaving, going to Morehouse, MIT, living in Maryland, traveling all over the world, that was a blip in the timeline that is my family in this state. And so it is my duty and responsibility to give back to this place. Now, it's my duty and responsibility to give back to my people as well, wherever they are in the diaspora, but especially in this place. And so that is why, I ran. So for those who don't know, I ran for governor against Sarah Huckabee, and we shifted the narrative. We changed the conversation. And I dare I say we adjusted the timeline. We didn't get to 50+1, but we made a difference. And when I think about where this world is now, what you said, hate or humanity, it is a we are living in a moment that Dr. King talked about. Where do we go from here? Chaos or community? He asked the question. And you were saying the same thing. Is it hate or humanity? That is our choice. And for me, when I think about what's needed and where I can apply my talents and what I'm passionate about, the U.S. House of Representatives is where it is right now. Because I see that as the front line in the fight. If we don't stop and hold the line there, if we don't get folks like, I'm running against a guy named French Hill. You talk about power. He is the most powerful banker in Congress, and people have never heard his name. He is a big time banker. Started in Congress worth about $2 million. Now he's worth about $20 million. And he's the guy, think about it. He's worth $20 million. And when he went to vote, he voted to increase your bank fees. Overdraft fees were capped at $5. So when we talk about affordability, which is not a hoax, by the way, Mr. Orange Man, it's real. We talk about affordability, and I think about the folks in the district, right? That thing I share, and you'll appreciate this. We didn't grow up wealthy. I grew up in the struggling middle class. We were middle class by income, but we were lower class by wealth. And I remember Christmas after Christmas, my mom literally barely having enough money to buy food, praying for where it would come in, but waking up every day, making a package, and showing up at some stranger's door and dropping some food off, finding clothes to drop off, finding someone else to help, even in the midst of that. So, look, I know what it's like to struggle. And I'm seeing all these families now across the district that I'm in, and they're saying, why are grocery prices so much? Why are my utility prices going up? Why are my bank fees going up? Why is my healthcare premium increasing by hundreds fold? It's because I said this in the ad. I'm a physicist, I'm a mathematician, I'm a nuclear engineer. It ain't physics. It's not a law of gravity that's causing this. It's not a biblical principle that's causing this. It's a political choice by folks like French Hill. And that's why I'm running.
Wow. That is so powerful. So you gave us your why. If you don't mind, share how do you plan to basically use the power that you were given to, because you've got to influence others in Congress, and you written. Look, because I'm biased because I know you and I know your heart and your spirit and soul, because we share the same spirit and soul and sense of purpose, and knowing that we are vessels, that God has blessed us by choosing us to be His vessels to bless other people. But if you don't mind, drill down, go into detail what you as the vessel in the U.S. House of Representatives, what that's going to look like for people in your district, and how that will help them and benefit them in the everyday life, and how you'll have to navigate and maybe convince some folks in Congress who are on a kind of different side of the ideological spectrum. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's really about humanity and hate. The ideology it's a simple choice. So I want you to speak to that, Dr. Jones.
We are way past party. Way past party. A party a while ago. We can get back to Democrat, Republican, all that later. I'm a Democrat. But right now, I'm about saving humanity. I'm about fighting for humanity, like you said, and fighting against hate. And so, let me do this. Let me explain the district a little bit, and then I'll talk just briefly about how because you got some intelligent listeners. So your listeners are engaged, intelligent, they're informed. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about how we're gonna win, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about when we win, what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I love it.
For starters, the district, it's I ran for governor with 75 counties. Now it's 8. There was 8 counties. It's about 2/3 urban, 1/3 rural. It is the most educated district in the state. It is the most Democratic leaning district in the state. So it favors a candidate like me. Now you layer on top of that when I ran for governor, I got 44% in the district. So I did well. And in the most populous county in the district, I got 60%. And think about it like Nashville.
Okay. I was going to ask you. So you said 2/3 urban. So what are some of the bigger urban centers that's in your district, or that district that will be yours?
Little Rock, We claiming it, so we're gonna call it my district. Little Rock, Conway, Benton, Bryant are the larger cities in the district.
And is Walmart is no? Where's the name? Bentonville. Yeah.
That's Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's District 3. We had a good guy up there. He should come on your show, Rob Ryerson. He's running for Congress in District
Great.
3.
Send him this way.
I will send him your way. And so what I'll tell you though is when I look at the district and I look at my experience in the district, this is why this is a good race. We did a poll, and in our poll, we are 1 point away.
Wow.
We're within 1 point. It's margin of error. It's dead heat.
Wow.
He's 41, I'm 40. Now, this is a 6-term congressman who's been there. But because I ran for governor and showed up everywhere, I got name ID and I got infrastructure. So the way I like to put it, when I ran for governor, the playing field was completely unlevel. Completely. And I knew it. And I was doing it, yes, to win, but also for some other reasons. And I was following God's will. Right now, the playing field is much more level. So what I'm saying to all of us is, we're starting out with a level playing field, y'all. If we lean in, we can win this race. And I would be the first African-American sent to D.C. from Arkansas in the history of Arkansas.
Wow.
We have never sent a senator or congressman or House representative person to D.C. from Arkansas. Now, interestingly, we sent the first female to the Senate. We sent the first female senator.
Who was that? Who was it?
I knew you were going to ask me her name. This is back in the early 1800s, early 19.
Heck, I don't feel bad. None of us nowhere around then, but
a long time ago, we went around, and I'll remember it later. But I say that to say that we're in position to win this race. It's a dead heat now. If I have the right resources, have the right folks leaning in, so go to chrisjonesforcongress.com. If folks want to donate, do it. If folks want to sign up to volunteer, do it. We need everybody. And if you don't sign up to volunteer or donate, if you want to pray, please, we need all of it.
And can they phone bank for you even if they don't live in the state? They can do all that, right?
Phone banking. If you want to come into the state, I need you on the ground. I would love for you to do a show on the ground, and then you can knock some doors in the district.
Oh, listen, I'm all in. We'll talk because they're going to be 26. Yep. We're going to take the show to the next level. We're looking to make some investments into the company that will allow me to broadcast on location. So definitely one of the spots will be, and not to mention, as my mother reminds me, she's like, well, yes, your grandmother, the woman that gave me life, is from Arkansas. So we got family. I know we got family in that general area, Little Rock, Arkadelphia, and probably more even Little Rock, because I think a lot of them, they kind of moved for places like Arkadelphia. They said it was a small town, and I guess Little Rock was always the big city. So
So here's the thing: when we show up, we listen, and we build together. I've shown up, I've listened, and I've built together. Even when launching this campaign, French Hill has not shown up. He's a 6-term congressman. He's getting paid by these folks, us, and he's not doing a town hall, any of that. And when we started, Geno, I did 8 town halls in 4 weeks. I did a town hall in every district, every county in the district. Why? Because we were concerned about hearing from people, and they talked about healthcare. They asked where French Hill was, leadership. They talked about affordability. All of those things were what people talked about, and I learned by listening. So showing up, listening, and building together is what I'm about, is what this campaign is about, and it's how we're going to win. And I'll tell you, man, it ties back to the values that you and I were taught growing up. Treat each other right. Like, do good, love mercy, or I'll get the scripture right in a second, but you know what I'm talking about. And what we have to do is now put people in position of leadership who will have the courage to show up, who will understand that power is about the allocation of resources. And there are folks who have not been allocated resources for far too long, and it's time to put people in power who will allocate resources to those folks.
So Dr. Jones,
Now,
cuz listen, I'm
now,
not gonna
let me
keep you too
let
long,
me tell
but
you two more things real quick.
you can
Let me
stay
tell
as
you,
long as you want to. I just wanted to reach over it because I wanna ask you something. I want you to address the skeptics, but you just said something, and I didn't know you were gonna say it, and it just it touched a note inside of me, and I've talked about it, and you mentioned, as a matter of fact, that here it is, right here. I got so many notes. It's a quote from Dr. King. Um, what good is power if it's not attached to love? That's a direct
yeah,
quote from Dr. King, and I know you're familiar with that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
What
he
good
talked
is
about moral power. Then he talked about financial, military power,
yep,
and the
yep.
perils of that. But
He talked
when I,
about the
when I
three
saw
pearls.
that, I just thought it was profound. So I'm gonna let you speak to that. But it just really hit my spirit when I heard you
Yeah.
say that. I said, wait a minute, Dr. King said that years
Oh,
ago. What good is this power if it's not attached to love?
yeah. He talked about three perils, capitalism, materialism, and militarism, or capitalism, individualism, and militarism. So look, I want to make sure I get this to your folks too. We know from a mathematical standpoint what it's going to take to win this race, and the numbers are there. And there are four kinds. I figured out there are four kinds of people we're going to be talking to during this election. The first group are the people who us. They support us. Y'all gonna be there. We got to remind you when to vote. Remind you how to donate. Remind you how to show up. That's first. The second group of people are the folks who are MAGAs. They're the cult. We all got them in our family. I'm saying we got them. We got them. I'm saying for the next 11 months, tell them I will see you in December of 2026. Don't spend any time with them. Don't try to convince them. Don't do that. The last two categories are the most important. Number one, there are a set of folks who have voted consistently for this guy, French Hill, not realizing that he has all the power and he's doing nothing to help us. He's voting to increase bank fees, to cut Medicaid, to cut Social Security. He's sending our money overseas, and it's killing kids, children, families. So he's doing all of that. We got to convince them to divorce French Hill. They've been married to him. We got to convince them to it. And then the last category of folks who are the most important, I think, and these are the people you care about a lot, are the people who have been on their couch. And we got to convince them to divorce the couch, to let them know that you got fired from your job, you're not getting veterans assistance, your hospital is closing, your utility bills are going up. All these things are a political choice. And if we decide to get different politicians and leaders in place, then those different politicians will make different political choices that actually benefit us. And so I'm like, hey, I'm Chris Jones, and I want to be your next congressman.
Dr. Jones, because it goes to show you how when you're doing things in divine order, when you let the Spirit lead you, and as a pastor, you understand this even better than most, and probably maybe even better than me, because I'm not a pastor.
Well,
Uh,
let me say, in all due respect and reverence, I'm a minister, not a pastor.
yes,
I have my own
yes, no,
church.
correct the record. I'm glad you did. Correct the record. And you. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you did. So, why don't you explain the difference or the
Yeah,
difference as you see it? But it was just. I'll tell you what I was leading into,
yeah,
where I was going, and why I was about to say what I said. It was basically off of your last statement. But I want you, for the record, because people watching may hear that. What's the difference between a minister and a pastor? Please tell us.
yeah. So a pastor is a subset of ministers. A minister is someone who's ordained, who's called by God. You may preach, you may do weddings, you may do officiate stuff. A pastor specifically has a flock, a church, a congregation, and you are the shepherd over those sheep, over the congregation. A minister may play a lot of different roles, and I think that's important for folks to know, because there are a lot of ministers out there who shouldn't be pastors.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
That's for the next show. And me, my calling is to be my dad's a pastor. My calling is to be a minister. So I serve in different ways.
So the last thing you were is talking about people who are concerned about losing health insurance, the premiums going up so much they can't afford it, the Social Security, things like that. But you spoke to the couch. And that last question I was going to ask you was, I want you to address the folks, the skeptics that say, man, all y'all the same, the same bird, two wings on the same bird, and all that other stuff. Just let them know what it'll look like, because I believe in affirmation. My grandmother also from Arkansas, Jean Jones, who I'm named after, says, Jeannie, she said, name it and claim it. Speak it into existence. So I am speaking into existence, and I am naming and claiming you as U.S. Senator, U.S. House of Representative, Dr. Chris Jones. I'm affirming that.
I love it.
Speaking it into existence.
Yeah.
So what is that going to look like?
Yeah.
The brothers in the barbershop and the beauty salons and the folks that had the red hat and somehow voted against all of their own interests, from health insurance, financial opportunity, and all that, but are skeptical or just sat on the couch, sat it out. What that will look like once you're in office on a level that they will get? Like, how are you going to make my life better? What specifically are you going to do? Because I'm sure you already encountered that. So I just wanted to give you the platform to speak to the skeptics.
Yeah, look, in real tangible practical terms, imagine a world where you can be in your home and not worry about ICE coming and snatching you up. Imagine a world where you can be a barber and not worried about the price of your barber supplies because of tariffs. Because the barbers are paying through the roof and their margins aren't large. Imagine a world where you're a construction worker and you don't have to worry about half of your colleagues, half of your other workers, again, being snatched up. Imagine a world where we can have some real reforms around gun safety. Imagine a world that world can become a reality. Imagine a world where we had universal health care. Imagine a world where we had universal child care. Imagine a world where you can get a certification in roofing, welding, HVAC, and carpentry, and you know that you'll get support from the federal government to get there. That's the world I want to fight to create. And what we have to realize is that this chaos we're living in, where we wake up every morning and is he bombing Venezuela? We're gonna have a war in Venezuela, possibly, because he's doing it. We're putting tariffs on the Gambia, South Africa, Lesotho, because he's doing it. Are we embarrassing ourselves on the world stage? Are prices going through the roof? Are utility prices going up like crazy? Are we sending all of our money to folks who are already billionaires? So that is not it's not a foregone conclusion. It's not something that has to happen. So when we sit on our couch, then we say, yes, Elon Musk, you can be a trillionaire. You can get $8 million a day from the federal government, and I won't get anything, and I'll get fired from my job. Or if I'm on disabilities, if I'm disabled, I can't get health care because it costs you.
And doctor, just let me just throw this in there for you. That $8 million a day that Elon Musk is getting, he's getting that from us. If you got FICA on your check, you got paid and it said FICA, somebody $8 million a day, it's come out of that check.
So why does a trillionaire need any government subsidy? When the barber, the beautician, the teacher, the nurse, the firefighter, the policeman, the cadet in the military, when they can't get housing. Housing is not affordable. Groceries are not affordable. So we need politicians who will make different choices. so that groceries can be affordable, housing can be affordable, and Elon Musk won't get $8 million a day.
Because he's a
That's what I want to
trillionaire. He
do.
don't need no more money.
Yeah,
He good.
yeah. Now look, I think I'll end with this. I think there are three buckets. There's the bucket of accountability, right? We need to hold the White House accountable. The Congress is supposed to be a check on the White House, a balance to the White House. So that's one. And you do that by having investigations. You do that by making sure that people are held accountable for the foolishness. You do that by saying, no, Congress holds the purse strings so we can stop you from changing tariffs all the place and giving Elon Musk $8 million a day. The second is really about affordability. And that's where you get into some, wait a minute. We can make prices, we can increase wages. Why are wages, minimum wage $7 an hour, and it's been that way for 30 years?
Come on now.
Why? Well, it's a political choice. And then the last bucket. So it's really about accountability, affordability, accountability, and I think innovation for all. Because we want to plug the holes and fix all that stuff and right the ship. But we are living in the greatest moment in human history.
Ooh, say that.
In the greatest country in human history. We should be leading the charge on innovation, on technology, on AI, on robots. We should be leading the charge. We should be leading the charge on creating new cures for diseases. Like that's the spirit that we have to unleash. And I'll tell you, when we do it, when we make investments, including in places, urban centers, rural places, we'll find that we got little Wakandas all over the place. They just need to be invested in. And that's what I want to do.
Let everybody know how they can support the campaign, because campaigns need money, but they need bodies. Like I said, they need volunteers. They need boots on the ground. So you can sing that song. How you live, boots on the ground. Yeah, you can do your 803 Fresh, who's right here from South Carolina. You can put your boots on the ground there in Central Arkansas and get people to stand up and step into their power and their humanity. So let everybody know how they can support the campaign, how they can follow you on social media.
Please follow me on social media, Jones4AR, JONESFORAR. Jones4AR across all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's Chris Jones for Congress, Blue Sky, you name it, Threads. So follow me, because here's what I think the two things I'm really asking for folks right now. Number one, and this doesn't cost you anything, amplify. If you see me doing something, comment, like, retweet, follow, you name it, amplify. Because like you need to get to 39,000 followers, I need to increase my message amplification. Spread it, repost it, add comments. That's one. Jones for AR, or go to chrisjonesforcongress.com, my website. The second thing is I need resources. And the resources are, if you got $5, donate $5 a month. That can be helpful, because you imagine 1,000 people donating $5 a month. That's $5,000.
Yeah.
That's an organizer on the ground. That's an event right there. So we can do some things. Now, if you know some folks with some big checks, send them our way too.
That's right.
Yeah. So we'll do it all.
No amount is too small or too large.
No amount's too small or too large.
If you hit that Powerball, because I thought I'd try to hit it.
You hit that Powerball, we gonna that's all we need. and when sign up, we need folks to have boots on the ground. We need folks knocking on doors. Even if you can't come to Arkansas, we need you making phone calls for us. This is a moment we can win this race. We can flip this seat and not only help folks in Arkansas, but help folks across the country. Because when we get back control of Congress, we can put a check on the White House, and we can start to right the ship that is insane, that's cutting our voting rights, cutting our healthcare rights, cutting all kinds of rights. We can fix that.
And Dr. Jones, before you run and go see your baby, when is the primary, the general, and when does early voting start for those in your district there in Central Arkansas?
Primary is March 3rd. Early voting will start about the last week in February, so 2 weeks before. So we're gonna win the primary, but I don't want to just win it. I want to run up the score in the primary, and then the general election is in November. Everybody's gonna be voting in November. Early voting will start that second to last week in October, and I'm gonna be back on here multiple times to remind folks get in, get engaged. I'll give you updates. I'm excited where we are in this campaign, Gino. I'm excited about what we're doing and the message that we're sending. I'm excited about winning. And I'll tell you, I want to come back in December as the newest U.S. House of Representatives, the newest congressman from Arkansas, to be on your show and talk to folks from that perspective.
Well, you are. Like I said, I'm naming and claiming it. So I suggest you follow my grandmother, Jean Jones, who maybe you've been related to, who
Yeah,
from
baby.
Arkansas, who gave me that
Yeah,
pearl of wisdom. She said, Jeannie, baby, name it and claim it.
there
Name
you
it and
go.
claim it. Speak it into existence. So we have
Let's
already
do it.
named and claimed that. Listen, you have a permanent home. As a matter of fact, I have created a segment where we will be featuring you. Um, it looks at least once a month. I know how busy you are. Uh, Once a month is the minimum.
Let's,
I'm producing this show live in real time, so the
let's do it.
viewers are hearing the conversation that they normally wouldn't hear. But you have a permanent home, so
Good.
as much as your schedule will allow, and it really meant a lot. It means a lot to me to know that you took out time, personal time, because as important as your work is, the most important thing I know, because I know
Yeah,
you, even on a short time, sometimes you just spirits connect. Your
yeah,
family is always going to be like mine, you know.
yeah. You know
Right.
exactly.
Damaris, my girls, and the woman is watching me right now in Chicago who gave me life. They know
Shout out.
they're
Yeah,
at the very top.
that's right.
As a matter of fact, I'd have a conversation with Jesus and God. Like, come on, man. Look,
Let,
I
let,
know you don't make no mistakes, but we got to talk here. We got a
we got to talk.
situation. we got to talk here.
What else? Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So, listen, man, thank you, Dr. Jones. Look, man, I love you, cuz, and you know that we will definitely talk before the holiday
Yeah,
because I'm dead serious. I will be doing a show live from Arkansas, but I
good.
got some other ideas. I
Yeah, let's
already
do it.
did my live audition for your hype man, so
Yeah, I think you might have won that,
yeah,
but
every superhero needs a good hype man.
come on
So
now, we got to do it.
yeah, Chuck D wasn't necessarily a superhero. You could maybe make that, in the rapper back in the day. Chuck D
Yeah,
had Flavor Flav. Look,
hey,
but see, they weren't even related.
so
You
we
they
related, so
was, yeah. So
I love it. I love it,
I
cause
love it, man. Listen, your baby's been waiting on you. Go see your baby and tell your queen and the kids and the family that I said hello and I thank them for
yeah,
allowing me to borrow you for probably too long, but
no, it's all good, man. Not
they
too
know
long.
it's
And Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. We'll make sure we stay connected, and you know the secret doorway to my calendar now,
yeah.
so you should be good.
Yeah,
You
see,
got the
who's a Chicago native. We've had some great conversation. All right,
secret.
Carissa, I see you. I appreciate you. You made it
All right,
happen. All right, man, go see your baby.
all right,
ChrisJonesForCongress.com. Go to the website right now. Go ahead and make that little Christmas donation. Hit him up. Thank you, cuz. I appreciate you. All right, we got to let him go see his baby. I know she's been waiting on him. His daughter playing volleyball. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. You and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. And thank everybody for being so patient. Live, Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central, 4:30 on the West Coast. Normal start days and start times. Tonight was a very special start time because I had to get Dr. Jones on. So we'll be back. We'll be live 7:30 Eastern time tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Next Monday, programming note, next Monday, ladies and gentlemen, will be the final show of 2025. So it's going to be a Christmas, just a Christmas holiday special. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'll tell you more about that later on in the week. If you would like to support the show financially, if you'd like to be a sponsor or advertise, you can support the show financially by being a sponsor, advertising. Just shoot me an email, Geno Jones Show, Geno Jones Show, Geno Jones Show at gmail.com, Geno Jones Show at Geno Jones Show, gmail.com. Also, that same email address, if you would like to support the show financially via Zelle, use that email address I just gave you. It's all one word. Or you can make a donation. You can support the show financially via Cash App, $ Dad G Jones, all one word, $ capital D, lowercase a d. Actually, so it's capital D, Dad, capital D, lowercase a d, capital G J, lowercase O N E S, $ Dad G Jones on Cash App. No amount is too small or too large. Thank you for watching, everybody. Once again, thank you to Dr. Chris Jones for Congress in the United States House of Representatives for the Central District of Arkansas. Basically, if you live in Little Rock and around Little Rock in the rural areas, he will be the person to represent you in the United States House of Representatives, because the dude that y'all got now is straight trash, booty, MAGA, don't give a damn. Even you red hat wearing MAGA cult members, he don't give a shit about you either. He likes you less because he looks down upon you, because his attitude is, what's your excuse? You white man, you should have it like me. We designed these laws to oppress these niggers, these darkies. But what's your excuse? That's what they say about you. And they actually say that about you, poor and working class white people, sometimes to black people like me, because that's where I got it from, because I had them say it to my face, talking about you, laughing at you. You should be pissed about that. All right, thank you for everybody for watching. I love you. We'll see you live Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.